Oh boy, strap yourselves in because this is gonna be a fun one. So, hello everybody, Redzone here. Welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We're gonna go ahead and talk about this, right? A lot of the community has been having a little bit of an uproar in this type of conversation. Where who do you think is better? Is this guy better, or somebody else is better? Let me know. It's like, there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of controversy that we can possibly go ahead and try to discuss here on this video. First of all, before we deep dive into it, shoutouts to Sahal. Sahal kind of quote tweeted this, and we go ahead and talk about it. But I feel like this is the main reason how this tweet of mine exploded. I don't think without him I would have ever been able to get this type of response from people. So I'm just gonna go ahead and deep dive into it, and I appreciate Sahal for basically shouting me out, I guess. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. So recently we just got this guy's CCA, and JP Dokkan did celebrate the 8th year anniversary where this guy got a CCA, which, by the way, this guy is not on global until July. We have to wait for that. I also need to pop up the units right here. So we're just gonna look at it. We're gonna look for this right here. I'm gonna put Fierce Battle, and we should be able to get Blue Cow and Goku in here. If not, let me try to look for Reps of Universe 7, I guess. Let me see right here. Boom, you on Reps of Universe 7? No. This is gonna take a while. I don't know why am I doing it, but yeah. In the meantime, I'll go ahead and talk about this. So, Goku right here. Guess he doesn't. Well, it's not. This is the global version. If we go over to his JP version of the game, we can be able to try to check and see. Also, let me just pop it on the wiki. I'm just gonna do everything that I should have done so long ago, and we're gonna do it now because we can. They'll give me more views and stuff like that, I guess. So a lot of discourse is happening on Dokkan Twitter. You guys can see right there. A lot of people are talking that Piccolo is better, maybe Blue Cow and Goku's better, and so on and so forth. And again, they're trying to have that debate on that, which is fine. I admire that debate on people, where people are talking about who's better. Maybe this Piccolo's better, maybe Kaioken and Goku's better. This right here is gonna be a hot potato flame going on right here. I'm not gonna read any single thing of the comments. We may go through some of the things here and there, but one of the phrases that Truth is mentioning is that Piccolo and Goku are not even close. That's the thing that hit me. Do I agree with him? To a degree, yes, I do. But before we get into that, let me deep dive into your stuff, and then I'll comment on some of the things about what I think about is the best TUR ECA in the game. Let's go ahead and check the comments first. I will deep dive into my comments later. So Brady, shouts to Brady. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. I'm gonna start liking everybody. And hopefully that means that, hey, we're going to start down into the video. So if you see yourself, hi. I think there's an argument to be made. Piccolo is very useful with his counter and defense stacking, while Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku has insane attack stats while being very limited. Piccolo will age better though, in my opinion. Okay, that's another argument. The mindset of people who are playing this game needs to see this in engage the way that they're playing the game. Either they're playing the game defensively or they're playing the game offensively. They prefer the offensive builds or they prefer the defensive builds. That's one of the main reasons a lot of people have complaints about the dodge builds and stuff like that on units that are tentatively more offensive than others. And we understand that. And that's basically the happy or kind of stirring the pot kind of discourse that we have over here on social media or on videos like this, where we just speak our minds and be like, hey, listen, how How can this guy be the best unit in the game if you limit how he is and stuff like that? You know, so many things. Yes, well, Piccolo can be very useful in this regard. Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku does not only have insane attack stats. Blue Kaioken Goku is able to guard. That's another thing. He is able to guard. And while he only may raise defense for 1 turn, this man can put out 3 super attacks of like 10 million attack stats, which is nice. But the defensive capabilities of this Goku are pretty good as well. We cannot limit the offensive capabilities of this guy. He also has some defensive capabilities that are also going to help you on throughout the fights. The ability for him to be guarding, you just put him on slot 1 with his team and you're going to be looking very good. That's one of the main purposes that a lot of people are complaining that, yeah, meanwhile, Kaioken Goku can be an offensive unit. This guy is going to be more defensive side and he's going to age. But Goku, do not underestimate the guard. Like, he may not have like too high steep of a defense, but the fact that he is able to do many attacks to almost like, again, triple super, that is not bad at all for this guy. Like, guards all attacks, launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for 5 turns from first appearance when there's an ally attacking the same turn. And we can deep dive into that a little bit later on. But do not take away the fact that Blue Kaioken Goku has defensive capabilities. He can guard. So, yeah. Joe Saiyan, my dude. Shouts to you. If you want to go to the middle ground, they shouldn't be judged next to each other, as one is offensive and one is defensive, but at the end of the day, defensive units live longer. Also, Kaioken Goku is a gimmick unit. He has no team that he can fully benefit from. Piccolo is better in my opinion. I will agree to a certain extent. Then yeah, this guy only has the 1 team. He is very, very limited. That is, we can possibly try to get that out of the way. Goku is very limited to just being used on this because of this. You need 3 or more reps of Universe 7 category allies on the team. But here, and I get that. The imperative thing is because of these things, like Tournament of Power, those kinds of links, or Godly Power, where some of the units that you're running on this particular team, representatives of Universe 7, are kind of synergetic with this Goku. I feel like synergetic has to be a word. But basically that's all what it's all boils down to, like trying to create the synergy between these team creations or these team variations. Like, let's say running these 2 together, like Piccolo Jr. and Orange Piccolo, running them together, we don't know if that's the best thing, but running a rotation, this guy, this Piccolo, and Orange Piccolo, those seem like a pretty good set of rotations that you can be able to run. But Piccolo has these links, like Namekians, Sea Fighters, Brainiacs, which they do link pretty well with some of these Piccolos, right? Like this Piccolo in particular, he's not good. You're not going to run him. These guys, they're okay, but you're not going to run them. You're possibly going to run with this guy, who he is very good. Namekians, Brainiacs is covered, but not most of his link set, you know? You're not covering the entirety of his link sets. That he can be run on different other teams, like Battle of Wits and stuff like that, yeah. That you can maneuver it. And that is the bad thing about Kaioken Goku. You cannot maneuver where the team is being run. So again, to an extent, I agree. But again, people are discounting the guard. He's able to guard. He receives attack and defense up to 59%. He's able to, like, if this man on a good turn, on a good day, he's able to triple super. Do not underestimate that. But yeah, pretty good, strong argument. Again, to a degree, I disagree, but most of the points that he brought up, those are facts. Right now, with their teams, shouts to Dr. Bridge. Right now, with their teams and content being what it is, I am going with Piccolo. If content changes in Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku helps like this Piccolo did, that may change. So, see, he is open. Dr. Pritch is open to that type of discussion, you know, where he's seeing that right now the best utility for you, I guess I can take this tab off, the best utility for Piccolo, seeing as the Piccolo being a more defensive type of thing, he is open to see, okay, then maybe using Blue Kaioken Goku might be the strat, because this guy is gonna be on more on the offensive side of things, and he's gonna continue doing what he does best. And you know, so that's a good advice. That's pretty good. The real Beast Gohan, live PICCOLO reaction, nothing but pickle sweet. Okay, again, please tell me who is better and why. Why do you think he's better? I understand that it's like Piccolo, and that you can possibly look at the traits, and Piccolo is looking pretty good, but this doesn't explain to me too much. Bao, both units are just so different and so dominant in their respective roles, or maybe respective roles is the correct word, that it's impossible to really make a definite case of who's better. It all comes down to the player's play style preference, I feel like. Perfect response. This is what I feel like, the discourse of what is going on right now, I feel like this is the correct response. It all depends on what the type of playstyle that you're going for. Because if you're going more defensive side of things, like, you know, Truth, on this video right here, he talks about why this guy is better. There's a reason why. Because he gets lucky with the dodges. He uses UI Goku, who he builds full dodge. And more lenient on the effect of defense side of things, because you can, again, is one of the many cases. Let's go. Actually, I'll finish that section of link leveling, and I'll kind of spoil the next video that I'm going to do, which is a Beast Gohan showcase. I'm gonna show you that my Beast Gohan is not on the offensive side at all. No. It's the same thing with God Goku. A lot of people hate me, and I don't know when this is gonna come to JP. Maybe I'll see it from Truth's perspective. Maybe I won't. Who knows? It depends on how he builds his God Goku. But God Goku on JP, he hasn't gotten his EZA yet. But let me switch over to the game right here. A lot of people on my video for God Goku hated, or maybe I posted a screenshot on Twitter where they hated the idea of me just doing this full dodge build on LR God Goku. Why? I am being a little bit more defensive side of things. Do you want to be more on the offensive side to help him out with his additionals? Because he has a high chance to progging those additionals. Then yes, go ahead, go for it. I'm not stopping you. But at the end of the day, how I want to play the game, my play style of things, I want to see this guy on the more defensive side of things. Because of that high chance of dodging, I said to myself, you know what, let's just do it. Let me just give him more percentages of dodges and see how it goes. And it has worked well for me, because he has been able to do a lot of good work dodging and being like that. I'm not trying to say that whatever you do for the build for the unit is what it's supposed to do and it's going to do it every single time. What I'm instigating is that it all depends on your playstyle. However you want to play the game. If you want to play the game on the more offensive side of things, do it. It's your game. But this is how I would phrase it. It all comes down to the player's playstyle. If you want to be more defensive, and you think to yourself that defense is the better chance for you to be successful in the game, then Piccolo is the guy for you. I will consider Piccolo as being the top EZA in the game. If you want to see more offensive side of things, Blue Kaioken Goku might be the best EZA in the game. He hasn't come down on global, so another topic of discussion is that many people have been seeing how he performs on JP, but he hasn't, or many people haven't been able to experience that on the global side, because a lot of people are global dependent. They're waiting for the anniversary to come down for them to be able to see it for themselves instead of just seeing it from another person's perspective. So maybe during that aspect of things, you think to yourself that maybe it all comes down to the player's perspective. So good response, Bao. Mr. I guess Dokkan Fest? Physical Piccolo, defensive stack, damage reduction, and special visibility. Basically, he is able to see the super attacks. He goes in so many strong categories that becomes absurd. You don't need him as a first slot, but as a character who will complete your team no matter the nature of it. It's too easy for him to be against STR Kaioken. I don't know. Again, they're pinpointing the limit, the limit of how limited Goku is going. Is basically what everybody's focusing on. That is going to be the main focal point as what makes Goku weaker in that sort of aspect. Why is my country trending? I don't know. I had to check that later. But Kaioken Goku, you can put him on a Realm of Gods team and have units of reps of Universe 7 for this to proc. You can put him on different teams. You only just need 3 reps of Universe 17 members, and you'll be activating this active skill. Which, by the way, with all the stacks that he's doing, the greatly stacked on his super attack, all the stacks that he's getting here, this is gonna be a nuclear bomb against any enemy that you go for. I do want to give it to defense, because yes, on the defensive side of things, that is the aspect that you will want to go for. Defense would be the best thing for your playstyle. But in terms of offensive capabilities, I can be able to say the same thing. I can inverse this tweet. I can say SCR Blue Kaioken Goku, attack stacking, guards, able to nuke the enemy. This guy can be able to go into strong categories because he has a roster. He has a pretty good roster. That he is limited to having 3 characters to use this active skill. Yes, I will never take that away from you. But this guy has so many teams for a reason. He can be run on many teams for that reason. You don't need to run him on a 177 team of reps of Universe 7 just because he needs this. You can be able to make different team setups with 3 other members of Reps of Universe 7, which link pretty well with this guy, and you can still be able to dominate. So, the team composition of things, I will say that Goku's limited to, you know, sharing the space with 3 other members of Reps of Universe 7. But do not look at the limited options for Goku as something that diminishes the unit completely, you know? Global players, so I have Naga Musica, or Naga Musica, or Nagato Yamiyu. Global players, so I haven't had experience with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku. This is important, by the way. I mentioned this in the previous earlier. I mentioned it earlier. We do not have these guys in the game yet. This guy, he's not on global yet, so we need to wait. And a lot of people may not see the JP version side of things, or do not go to the JP side of things, because they are just global players. They just mainly focus on global. But overall, Piccolo has the team's an amazing kid with one of the strongest mechanics in the game, which cannot be blocked. Personally, I have defeated the hardest red zones with double Piccolo leads. Now that's impressive. I would say that that's very impressive. Remember that Piccolo is only a 170 lead, so that's not bad at all. I'll take that. Using the same team composition with all of them, but yeah. He also posted a comment. Even with minimum stacking post transformation and at around 3 to 400k after super attacking, he can easily tank normals. But same as this guy, he can guard. And I'm not saying that the guard is enough. No, the guard may not be enough, because maybe you can face this person in particular went into the Redzone Cell Max and he actually no item run it. But this guy, if you give him the time with this thing, plus him getting the 59% attack and defense, plus the guard, he can look pretty good. Do not discount the fact that he is able to do some not some insane things defensively like this Piccolo does, but he can be able to be pretty good. But I do agree. This might, if we go into an argument, you might say that Piccolo might be better because of the defensive capabilities that Piccolo has. Let's go back. Perfector Cell. Piccolo because Piccolo sweep. Please, just... There's one of the main reasons I say why. Why is he better? You're not winning an argument because of Piccolo's sweep. Lord of the memes. Piccolo, I'll like it either way. Piccolo, because teams and defense will always be more consistent, not to mention he also does good damage. If Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku had a good team, it would just be a normal attack versus defense debate, but this time it's literally dodge or you die kind of team. See, this is why this one I didn't comprehend too much, because if you pair them up, let's say these guys are the same thing. Dodge or die are basically, are you stating that we should build our units like defensively for them to be able to take down most of the I guess that will be the case. Like, try to be like, gauge it, either be more defensive, you can be able to put dodge on your units and stuff like that, and see whether you get a super attack on both of these guys. If they were the same, one of them dodges, one of them don't, and because you build the other one more offensive, maybe you die instead of dodging, you know, and surviving. I guess that would be the possible case of it. He makes a good argument. The only thing that kills this unit is the team limit. How limited is his team, or his cohesion with the other teams and stuff like that, because of the fact that you need 3 other reps of Universe 7 category allies on the team. What was it before? Is it 3 still? Yeah, it's just 3. But while Piccolo can try, like, Piccolo can do some pretty good damage. We saw that showcase. You guys saw the showcase, right? Right? You guys saw the showcase? It's in the channel if you guys haven't checked it out yet. But Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, like I said, he has his own team. The same thing with Piccolo. Like, Piccolo, where you're running Piccolo is on the Battle of Wits team with Orange Piccolo. I get that. But you get, let's say Namekians. Let's say his only team was Namekians to use him. Will you still properly use the same explanation for this? Namekians is a bad team. Not to mention the fact that if it wasn't because of Orange Piccolo in the game, how would you be able to activate that? How would you be able to activate this? You have to activate it when HP is 70% or more, but with another Namekian's category ally on the team. This fits perfectly because the perfect partner for Piccolo is this guy right here, Orange Piccolo. If we didn't have this guy in the game, tell me, how would you be able to run this guy? Oh, we have STR Piccolo, who's a pretty good defensive unit. This STR, where is he? I guess if you go over to this version, there he is right here. You can be able to run this guy. But this guy is not this guy. So I appreciate the choices and the options that we have for this guy. And it's true. We do have options for Piccolo, but we do not have a lot of options for this guy. And maybe another response that a lot of people would possibly put on the comments. Maybe I didn't assess that correctly. But this guy has his own teams. So it's to not discredit the fact that he doesn't have a good team, or that he's limited to some things, because that's why one of the many reasons he is placed on so many categories. You can be able to try to run this guy with UI Goku and LR UI Goku. Just full dodge those guys, just the same way that Truth is explaining it in here, and he will look good. Oh, he's the Truth Dick Rider. No, I am looking at both. I am looking at the forest. I'm not looking at the simple tree that is in front of me. You know, I'm looking at the other options as to why. That's why we having. That's why I made this tweet. Why we having this conversation right now. So I possibly need to get back into this because that might be a bad response of me. Hidden Bonsai. I personally like Piccolo better and I prefer using him, but I can't deny how dominant Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku can be in terms of revitalizing a team by himself. I feel like Piccolo is more of an interesting utility to an already excellent team, while Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku is the backbone of Universal Survival Saga at this point. I agree. See, maybe this is the point that I kind of wanted to bring in as well. Like, one unit was able to revitalize a team like Universal Survival Saga. Because many people are going to possibly try to use this guy during Anniversary, and they're possibly going to forget about him after Anniversary. Just like they did with the Super Saiyan 4s. But him revitalizing, like, Reps of Universe 7, bringing it back and having it showcased in the game, with how effective this man can be, like, that's a good way of looking at it, you know. I agree with this point. Silver Surfer, I mean, think about it. Blue Kaioken Goku dies to a Super Slot 1. If there's a Super Slot 1 while Piccolo around, he can't die, so number 1 spot goes to Piccolo. Again, you guys are discounting you're not gonna. Yes, well, this man is able to guard. You're gonna let him build up. You know, This guy is able to guard all attacks and launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for 5 turns from first appearance. Boom. He's gonna guard. That doesn't mean that his guard is not gonna, like, defend you. It will hit you for a lot of damage if you're going into the strong, difficult content. But he is not gonna get you killed. You know? I don't think this guy's gonna, like, just straight up kill you. You guys saw my showcase where Piccolo had, like, over 300k, almost 400k defense. And he was taking hits by Omega Shenron, tight disadvantage. Piccolo was getting hit a lot. Not because I placed him in the wrong area. Is that, you know, on the fight itself, I kind of wanted them to link up together, but I also wanted to strategize. Do you think that I was gonna let Goku and Piccolo die? So I had to put Piccolo on the first slot, Goku and Piccolo on the second slot, and LR Orange Piccolo on the third slot. I remember correctly now how that rotation went, and it would have been bad. It would have actually been bad if I let Piccolo, Goku and Piccolo take those hits at the end. So I had to get him on the first slot, and he took almost 100k every single normal. So Piccolo might also die by a normal or by a super attack, type disadvantage with over 400k defense. Meanwhile, Kaioken Goku will have a survival chance because he's guarding all those attacks. Piccolo, he can have high defense, but Piccolo does not guard. He can reduce damage received, but he cannot guard. Guard is very vital. That's another useful factoid. Guard, very, very vital. You can have high level amount of defense, but if you're not guarding, the defense is just raw. It's not gonna help you. You don't have a shield to defend yourself with. Yu-Gi-Oh! Koopa, defense is better always. Okay, you're not giving me anything. That's what one of me. I said why, please, why do you think they're better? I can say the same thing. Defense is better always. Blue Kaioken Goku's guarding. He's raising defense for 1 turn. He's getting defense upon getting hit. This is not a good explanation. Restless. I like Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku more just due to how hard he carries despite the setup. Piccolo probably gets to build better overall teams, but it's less his performance that carries and how he lets units like LR Piccolo work. Blue still gets to have an OP team anyways with 2 free non-rep 7 slots. Thank you. Did you comment under? Like, I can't run Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, Physical 17, who also has a CCA on JP. 2 UIs for the Rupture Universe 17, and then the last 2 slots can be shit like LR Piccolo or LR Blue shoots. Or even physical Piccolo himself. The only thing that really holds back Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku obvious sweep is those UI Gokus, but I get thinking Piccolo better, he's cool. Okay, you had me in the first half. But the first half of everything, I feel like it was very consistent. Blue Kaioken Goku is able to carry, meanwhile Piccolo is helping others carry. You can be able to have defensive capabilities for Piccolo. Piccolo's great defensively. This helps his case a lot too. That Scouter, that's something that Blue Kaioken Goku is not gonna have, a Scouter. But let me actually see, Rupture Universe 7. Well, yes, the team is very limited. You got units like the 17. 17 has an ECA. You guys do not remember. He's able to provide defense, damage reduction to himself, and defense to all the allies as well. Like, this man is gonna be very good defensive unit once he comes over to global, and you can be able to run this guy alongside Blue Kaioken Goku. But just like this man said, maybe Piccolo is a core that keeps the teams together and makes other units look stronger, while this guy is just stronger in general, you know? Mimi. Piccolo makes his entire team feel immortal for as long as he's around and requires practically no setup or build around. Goku can one-turn any boss, but requires some luck and a lot of building around him to function. At their best, it's Goku, but Piccolo will often perform better. I agree. Very good response. Again, I'm looking at it in both perspectives. And now you guys possibly might say, man, this guy's leaning on Blue Kaioken Goku, huh? Are you leaning on this guy? Are you sucking this guy's cock? No. So, sorry, you do. I do agree. This guy is going to be helping defensively. He's going to be, like, he's immaculate defensively because of him stacking defense. And him having this guy as a next option, I feel as though, you guys saw the attack stats of this guy. 17 million attack stats. But that was because we had this guy on the team. Before this guy was even available for his ECA and stuff like that, we weren't using him alongside him. We were using that STR Piccolo alongside him because he's also a good linking partner, you know? So that's something to think about. Meanwhile, this guy is just carrying the entire category. He is. He truly is. This guy, you can be able to get him with dodges. This guy, you can be able to get him with dodges. This guy, you can be able to build defensively. And you'll be set. That will be your team. And then you can have 2 extra slots that you can open. So, let's continue because there's a lot of comments. Thank you guys for this, though. This is a very good discussion. Again, if you agree or disagree with me in the comments, please let me know. Again, we can have a civilized discussion about this. I don't want people destroying their monos and be like, you need to agree with me, damn it. Also, half an hour? Jesus, Kaulo. Oregano. I like Piccolo more due to him effortlessly no iteming every single difficult fight and only 1 attempt each. Also 1 million plus defense with 40% damage reduction and a Scouter with good damage to boot is just too good of a combo. Yeah. I do agree. Well, I cannot say too much because I haven't seen this man one-on-one, face-to-face. I am going on the blind. I know that he got his CCI on JP, but I'm going on the blind. I have not seen a lot of performance with Blue Kaioken Goku, and I love this unit. Regardless of what you guys think about it or not, I remember this day because that was one of the only instances I pulled a unit first multi. And I do love this unit to bits. I'm not gonna say that I'm biased and I'm gonna be like, oh, this guy sucks because I love this guy. Piccolo is a very good unit, very good ECA. We were able to test him out on global, and I did say I'm going to do a stream to test out how Piccolo looks, and that is gonna happen. But Gouken Goku, he has his team. He can be able to make himself a pretty good team. He can try to know how to effortlessly as well many difficult events. You can put it into a debate. A million defense, I'm not gonna give you that because I don't know his defensive stat, but he can guard. And he can have over like 500k defense with guard. A scouter, again, the only thing that Piccolo takes the cake for, I feel like Piccolo is up by a small margin because of the scouter. That's the only thing I would say. I would, like, this man rates the units. Let me see. We have tier list. Actually, we have the tier list right here. Like, this is the tier list right here. But I feel like he is. I feel like he's telling the truth. The truth, DT. He's telling the truth. I need to watch this video though. I need to watch it in its entirety. I started before where he saw like this position right here, where he was just about to rate the number 2 spots. So I haven't been able to deep dive into it and why he thinks that those two are better, or why Piccolo is number 2 and Gouken Goku is number 1. So, but yeah, like this is the case of global not having Blue Gouken Goku yet. We haven't been able to experience how Blue Gouken Goku looks on global because we haven't gotten it yet. So we just need to wait and see. Again, this is good of a combo, but do not underestimate what Goku is able to bring to the table too. A free Spirit Bomb that is able to knock out every enemy in the team, in the game. Simple. Centipede. Super Saiyan Blue Gouken Goku. Piccolo can get touched if things don't go your way. The Super Saiyan Blue Gouken Goku just wins. Again, bring me an argument. I want to see why do you think that Blue Gouken Goku is better. Like, he can get touched? Yeah, he can get touched, but I don't know, man. Shitty. If Super Saiyan Blue Gouken Goku didn't need reps, I would say he's better. I'd take Piccolo all day otherwise. Again, you can be able to make the team with reps of Universe 7 to look competent. This guy, number 1. Once he gets over to global, he gets on global before the anniversary, by the way. So we're gonna have a very good perspective of how you can be able to run this guy alongside this guy in a very strong fashion. So this guy, you can be able to run him and UI Goku. This UI Goku and this UI Goku. A lot of people would like to say damage is better over defense. So people would like to say that they might go on the offensive side of things on their UI Gokus. I am going to do this. I'm going to build my UI Goku full dodge. And we're going to see how things go on those showcases. If, you know, egg on my face if I die. But I'm going to possibly try to build both of these guys defensively, so we can be able to see how they can be run. But you can be able to make a team with reps at Universe 7. I'm sorry. This guy, it's Sing Sapsum, I guess. Piccolo can be thrown on any team since he literally cannot be caught by a super and can decently tank normals. You have to build him up, by the way. You have to build him up. It takes what, like four turns to build him up? You guys saw my showcase. You have to go out of your way to make a Super Saiyan Blue Gouken Goku look good. Piccolo is better right now, but if we even get a single U7 Dokkan Fest and Super Saiyan Blue Gouken Goku. You guys keep forgetting that we have this guy. We have UI Gokus. Wow, yes, UI Goku only has 70% chance to dodge. Please, build this guy a dodge build. I am going to do it. And I'm going to show you guys that that build is going to be consistent. But yes, again, you also had to make Piccolo go out of your way to make Piccolo look good, because it took me quite a few turns to get him to pretty decent defensive stats. So, and again, go into my video. He was taking hits. Type disadvantage with over 500k defense. Piccolo, because he has better teams. JJ, by the way. What's that profile picture, my dude? Because he has better teams, can be effectively used in more stages. Also, his utility is really nice and can allow you to use less defensively inclined units. You're not depending on this guy to be defensive. You also have this guy who is a defensive juggernaut. And you also have this guy as well. This Piccolo. I don't know what you're talking about. Less defensively inclined units. This guy is guarding. And this guy is a beast defensively. I disagree with this point. I disagree with this. You're not making your team for Piccolo less defensively. You're not gonna depend on him for defense. You also depend on this guy and maybe this guy as well. You're not gonna only solely have this guy to try to build the team less defensively. Let's say, boom, you have your 3 units right there. Bam. And then you possibly try to get more units, a little bit more offensive side of things. But if you want to build, let's say, how this guy made it. This guy is defensive. Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 are just a great combination. But this guy is able to guard and stack attack and defense upon getting hit. And this guy is able to get defense as much attacks as he does. So basically, you're making a defensive build if this is the way that you're looking at it. So I don't agree with that point. Him, okay. Well, one does good damage, better teams, better partners, stacks defense, almost unkillable transformed, and the other has 0 teams, 0 partners, gets insta-kill past turn 5, but has an insane active skill. He has a team. Meanwhile, Redzone Universe 7 is not the best team. Once we get this guy's EZA, UI Goku is EZA. Like, on the 9th anniversary, you guys are gonna run that team, and you're gonna say that Piccolo aged badly because of how explosive the Redzone Universe 7 team is going to be. But he has a team. Redzone Universe 7 is a team. Partners. Maybe we can go into the Dokkan Wiki real quick. Let me go over to JP real quick. Cards. This guy's a good linking partner. These guys are good linking partners with him. This guy's not on JP yet, but he's a good linking partner. This guy's a good linking partner if you want to use him on Redzone Universe 7. This guy's still good. I don't understand. Gets insta kill past turn 5. My homie, what are you doing? Well, why? Okay. I feel like we got more. Piccolo says, okay, no. I don't agree because you gotta give me something. I don't agree. Give me something. Give me why Piccolo's ass. You know, tell me. Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a bad thing, you know? Alright, this guy. I will try to bring a different perspective. Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken can literally one-shot, one-turn everything in Super Battle Road, ESBR. He has a guard, so he can defend himself well. He can just one-shot the enemies in Genki Dama. So, say Piccolo needs to stack, and let's be honest, if he doesn't stack, he dies very quickly. Thank you. Goku can also one-shot all the semi-long events as well as the longest events, except you really have to escort him with a lot of care and safety or he dies. But if you manage to get him to the final level and see how quickly he stacks the attack, Goku will one-turn the boss easy. That's it. Piccolo versus better age because we play a Dragon Ball game where defense is more important than attack, but Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken is super satisfying and can all one-shot. Besides, if he managed to have better aliases, I'm sure he can be the best ECAT in the game. I agree. Not putting a lot of points on Piccolo though, but I agree. Alright, that was all the comments. I think we got a couple of quote tweets. Piccolo has a team, enough said. Shouts to Sahal. I guess I can retweet this. I sent my goat thank you because, again, he quote tweeted this tweet, and I never would have expected it. By the way, he follows me on Twitter. I love him. And Celtic, until Universe 7 gets a proper buffs, Piccolo reigns supreme. The damage ceiling on Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku ludicrous, but is very gimmicky at the moment. Given where U7 stands as a team, Piccolo will do his job no matter which of his teams you put him on. I agree. That's a good lineup. You can be able to put this guy on many teams. You can also put this guy on many teams. You just gotta bring 3 reps of Universe 7 units, and that's it. My argument, my topic, because we've been going for so long. I'm sorry about that. If you made it this far, you deserve a medal. And shouts to Truth, by the way. Make sure you guys check him out. Piccolo on his own accord, Piccolo was able to be on this setup because Dokkan released this guy. While he released this guy, he made it so that Piccolo had a team. He had a composition. And being on this team, Battle of Wits and Bottom Master and Disciple, where Piccolo is going to fit pretty well and link up pretty well with this guy and maybe this guy upon after transformation. This is going to be an unkillable rotation. I'm telling you, it's an unkillable rotation. Yes, a lot of people have been able to no item run this guy with this team right here. I will not chant victory until we get this guy on global. And I will possibly say I agree with this. I do agree with this. Because we do not have him on global, it's so difficult to gauge a unit. Because everybody has him at the same time. Everybody's experiencing how Piccolo is. And maybe they're gauging into the point that, yeah, maybe he's better. But we haven't gotten him on global yet. Therefore, I cannot completely say who's better and who isn't. You know? Maybe these guys are JP players. And they were able to give me an example of who's good and who's not. Well, yes. Like I said, global players, so I haven't had experience with Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, but you can't chant victory just because you can no item run most of the runs in the game. Because the game is gonna live. They stated that it's gonna be on the 10th year anniversary. Maybe it's gonna live a bit more. These events are gonna be shit compared to what Dokkan has in store for us in the next few years. So again, I can say that Piccolo is pretty good. I am going to agree with you. Piccolo is absolutely bananas. He is pretty damn good. Piccolo is looking good because he has the team composition. I will agree with that. Kaioken Goku. While the Reps of Universe 7 team is not a cohesive team, it's not a strong team, that doesn't mean that you can't do this, right? You can't. God damn it. You have options. You know? You have options. And this grows the options even more. Because most of these units that you can try to see who are in this team, let's say just bring this. Just bring this guy. And maybe one of the UI Gokus. And you have yourself the composition for that team. You bring the 2 UI Gokus and bring the 17. And this guy is going to look phenomenal. He's going to look good. He's going to look great. And if you run him on Universal Survival Saga, which got this insane girl, and you run her with this other insane girl, you have your team. You have your composition. Or like try to create different setups, because this Roshi's still pretty good. It's all about the team composition and how the playstyle of the game is going to go down. Because if your playstyle is more defensive side of things and you see yourself running Piccolo and dominating Piccolo on every single type of stage, then good on you. I agree. Piccolo might be better. But again, it all depends on the type of ways that you're going to run your game. I say for my type of playstyle, I am leaning onto the defensive side of things. For now, because we don't have it on global yet, Piccolo is good. Piccolo's better. But whenever I get with this guy and we get to play with him and we get to see how insane it is to like properly just dispose of the enemy faster than just trying to stack defense and trying to survive, I'm gonna chant this guy because he might be better. So while he is a gimmick, yes, you might need reps of Universe 17 to be able to compose the team of that and be able to see how well it does. Do not discount the fact that this Goku is capable of doing some good stuff. He guards, and he's able to stack attack and like get this attack and defense pretty high up. And like we've been seeing a lot of showcases and runs where, you know, even missions where the game is just telling you beat this stage in under 6 turns or in under 8 turns and stuff like that. But the fight doesn't need to go even longer. You have this where you can rely on that and just try to decimate your opponent. You know, it's all within the realms of how do you see yourself in the playstyle of Dokkan? Do you see yourself as a more defensive kind of guy, or do you see yourself as a more offensive kind of guy? My final debate, or my final conclusion, for now, because we're global mains, say Piccolo's better. But I am not removing away myself. I'm not removing myself away from this being true. So, again, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you guys agree, if you guys disagree. If I did make strong points to where I might just, you know, I might be talking them out of my ass, let me know. But I agree with most of what the people said. I do agree with what most of the people said. So I appreciate you guys, all of you, commenting on this tweet. The tweet is down in the links in the description. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this whenever Blue Calican Goku comes out, so we can be able to just try to talk about it, or see if we can be able to just like discuss it on a stream. You guys let me know. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Make sure you guys check the links in the description. I'll see you guys all in the next video. またね。